And let's start live on Facebook. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Transgurus. We just start live streaming. So apparently we are only 3 today. So probably some people, other people will come by. So first of all, thank you for the veterans, because today's Veteran Day here in the United States. And thank you for your service. So I think that we will start with that. And then the second thing is that, this is November. It is Transgender Awareness Month. It is Transgender Awareness Month. It's a very important month for us. It's when we, as transgender people, have the Transgender Remembrance Day. And here in Fort Lauderdale, we're going to have Transgender Pride. I thought one of the organizers of Transgender Pride is Morgan, and I thought he was going to be with us. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if he's being kept somewhere, but I know Raji knows a lot about it. So Raji, tell us.
Sure. Well, I'm happy to fill you all in. I work with Trans Social. I'm an outreach advocate. So I have, some information about next week. First of all, just for the audience, I want to let you know I wasn't punched in the eye and I'm not on drugs. I get this.
That isn't what you were telling us earlier. But anyway.
I get this strange eye infection from time to time, and I can't stand the bright lights, and it hurts, and I get a lot of water. My eyes are real watery. So anyway, I'm on the tail end of that, but I try to be committed to my project. So I'm here with my glasses on. Anyway, next week is when it all kind of comes together. It's Transgender Awareness Month, and it's also Pride, Fort Lauderdale Pride, but in collaboration with Trans Pride. And so it starts kind of around Thursday, the 18th. Ariana Center. Ariana Lynch is director of Ariana Center, and it's a trans-led, trans-focused organization. And so it will be her 6-year anniversary, and she's having a big gala at the Sunshine Cathedral. And there's going to be also a bit of a panel discussion. I'm honored. I was asked to be on the panel, so I'll be involved with that. Before that starts, I'll be doing queer news, and it's a trans special. So it's going to be trans people hosting queer news. Okay, so then fast forward to Saturday. Saturday is Trans Pride on Fort Lauderdale Beach. The parade starts, I would say get out there around 11 and 11:30. But there's going to be a big parade. And then, of course, afterwards, a lot of different festivities on the beach. We have our own section. It's the Trans Pride section. So I'll be out there hosting the trans area. I'll be there to welcome people. I'm also honored to say that I'm going to be a judge on the main stage for the parade. So it should be a real exciting day. And I think it's great for us because it falls on TDOR, and some people in the community were upset about that. But we trans people, we make lemon meringue pie out of lemons. It's an opportunity for us to showcase our TDOR, our Trans Day of Remembrance, to a broader audience. Because I mean, let's face it, who shows up for T-door events? Trans people and a few allies. But we're gonna be in the middle of Pride, and we're gonna have a moment where we're gonna, honor the people that passed away, and it's gonna be a T-door presentation. At the same time, at the Pride Center, there's gonna also be one happening. So it's a lot of great things, next week that are gonna be taking place. And if you're here in South Florida, you should try and come on out,
Raji, it's going to be only transgender pride, or is it going to be a pride for everybody?
It's a pride for everyone. It's just that,
okay.
it's just, well, because it's Fort Lauderdale Pride, but what Fort Lauderdale Pride has done is they have allowed us to have really our own pride under their umbrella. So we'll be out there with everyone, everyone is welcome. Fort Lauderdale Beach is a beautiful beach, and all tourists from all over come. And so of course there's going to be the LGBTQ plus community, but also just people, that are on vacation will probably join in. So I think it should be a lot of fun.
Okay, absolutely. I think that is a really great idea.
I hope I'm better by next week, honey, because I want to be a little glamorous.
So you don't want to look like a drug addict, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You are not one anyway, so it's all right. Anyway, Bonnie, you want to talk something about the pride?
You have to excuse me. My computer didn't work. I don't know why. So I'm on my iPad. I can't see what people are writing in for some reason. So, people are asking questions. So I'm a little bit out of sync. But yeah, Pride is our time of year. And we had a post on Trans Gurus. And it's crazy how many people don't see the T in the LGBTQ arena, and how many people do see the T and the controversy. And I think that this pride thing is a real good thing because it brings us all together in harmony, even though I am seeing disharmony amongst trans people and being in the umbrella, which totally doesn't all make sense to me. But bottom line is, I read all these posts, so I can't help but read and see all the stuff. But there is definitely something going on, a movement with the, I think that, we've had from gay people writing in to saying that the T doesn't belong in there, from T people saying that they don't belong there. And this pride thing with everybody together, maybe we'll bridge some of those gaps and make some people feel a little bit better about everything. But yeah, I think it's a great thing. Raj, you are a superstar for the trans community. I you were on another program now, another TV show or something, interviews the other day with some cute guy. I don't know, but what's that about? I know every week we talk about you're into another show, but what?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. You know what? I'm not remembering. You know what?
He does a show, I don't know, once a week or something. But anyway, you and him were interviewing each other or talking, or he was interviewing you, and it was on Facebook. I don't know.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? I'm all over the place. It's good to know it's getting
It's
out
obvious
there.
you can't even keep track of all the different shows you're on. Must be nice.
Hey, I'm working it while I'm still here. I'm working it while I'm here.
Anyway, girls.
And you all like my trans pride?
Girls and boys and days. I don't know. I'm trying to, we were trying to organize, probably Trans Gurus will have a little stand as well. We were talked about that. We are not sure. So if you come to the Transgender Pride in Fort Lauderdale, it is on the 20th, right?
The 20th, Saturday, the 20th.
Saturday, the 20th of November. And we'll let you know anyway, but we are intending to participate there with a small thing and showing some of the videos we've done and everything. And you're all welcome to come and see us, okay? That's what we're planning. We are not promising yet, but this is what we're planning to do.
Take a minute, Ella. I can't see, but I think there's people from New York and different places. Can you at least acknowledge all the people? I'm not trying to interrupt you, but I can't do it. Normally I do it and I can't see anything. It's ridiculous. I hate technology.
I am having the same issue, to tell you the truth.
Oh, okay. So I don't feel so bad that I'm going nuts over this stuff.
Okay, now I can see. Okay, I'll try to, I'll acknowledge. Okay, so you'll be very welcome to Trans Pride, and yeah, you know, Pride is Pride, and we have to, you know, to be there and show that we are together with the community, okay? So let's see, there's a hell of a lot of things going here. So first of all, thank you very much. We've got people from New Zealand.
Hey, New
Zealand! From all over the world. Many people are saying hi. Elle is sending us love. You send your love back, Elle. And hi, everyone. Oh, that's okay. That sounds cool. Hi, ladies. Emma, I'd love to be there. Yeah, Emma, UK is a little bit far away from Fort Lauderdale, but you know, I can understand that. But I don't know if we are actually there. I'll try to make a little bit live from the Pride.
Yes, we should do that.
I'll just have to look how can I do this, because it's not so easy.
It's simple. It's like when we go out, I got that stand, we set the camera, we set it on live, and boom. That's
boom,
it.
Boom.
We do. Ella is my musical buddy. We go listen to music together. So we'll go do Pride together.
Emma, you're not going to come across the pond to be with us?
Oh, well, you should come. It's very simple. You can just swim a little bit, you know.
Well, hopefully we can film something out there, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Then we've got Lucinda from Washington sending love. Nikki from Ohio. We've got Goodwin. I am from Canada sending love. Thank you. And we've got, of course, Jennifer. Love from New York. I love to be in New York. New York is a really wonderful place for all of us.
I need to come to New York and take a bite out of the apple.
That's not good. Let's keep it PG.
Well, you know what? If you can go to New York, and they say if you can make it there, you can make it everywhere. Or anywhere. I love New York to visit. I don't think I could live there, but I do love it to visit. I was there a couple years ago before the pandemic. So
okay, I've got the
vibe.
question. Do you guys like Steven Universe Nova? I'm a little bit over Steven Universe. I don't really recall.
Steven Universe? Steven Universe. I'm not sure. You know, the name sounds familiar, but I'm not really sure. Who is he?
I'm not sure either. Okay, I think that is something. Oh, Steven Universe is what you call that? Is a cartoon.
Oh, a cartoon.
Okay, I am sorry. I am not so knowledgeable about Steven Universe. Sorry.
And
Really sorry.
and I should be because I'm a bit of a cartoon.
Well, we are all a little bit of a cartoons. We all got our little cartoons. So anyway, so
Exactly.
okay. Angel says I'm from ND. So okay, I don't know exactly what you mean, but okay, Emma is saying, I'm hoping to be back across the pond again next year to your beautiful country. Hey,
Yay!
come to Florida, come and see us. It's a really great place. And very, 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 actually, where we live is very transgender friendly. Angel, it has lots of LGBT representation. You hold see it. And Angel comes from North Dakota. Okay, nice to have some people from North Dakota.
Wow.
It's not exactly the easiest place to be a transgender person, I think.
Yeah.
I would like to talk today about something very interesting. Okay. And remember last week we talked about how you present yourself, how you want to, to pass, which is really a wonderful idea, and it's really great. But it's not everybody thing. But I would like to talk about something which is called the evolution of us transgender people. I mean, yes, I knew that I was a girl at the age of 5. I didn't know that I was transgender though, because there was no name for transgender there in the 60s. And I was 5, I didn't even know what that was. I thought I was the only person in the world like that. And then, times changed. There was an evolution. There was pressure from my family to become a boy. There was pressure, internal pressure to become a girl. There was all these things about my life, which is normal because that's what everybody of us have. And then it came a time which I would consider myself to be a cross-dresser, because for a long time, I was, when I had the opportunity, the first thing I did was to put a bra and become a girl. And every time I was traveling in my life, I had the opportunity to do that. So it was really quite fun, because in my bag, there was always my female stuff, even if I was, living my life as a man. Well, that situation, one day I said, this is not going anywhere. I had done that for many years. I was tired of it, and it was time to make a statement, a very important statement for myself, which was to become the woman I am now. So I transitioned and I went all the way because I thought it was the right thing for me. I'm telling you this why? Because I just had a very good friend of mine, and they are lesbian. I'm saying they because, when I met her, it was a her, and she identified as a lesbian. And she just came out to me and said, Ella, there's a change in my life. Yes, I do like women, but I don't identify as a woman anymore. I don't identify as a man either. I identify as, gender non-conforming person. So let's put it this way, legally transgender.
How old is she?
She's about 24.
Okay,
25.
so that's about the age a lot of people go through that same
So,
day.
the first thing I asked her was, okay, what are your pronouns now? And she said, no, they said, she or they. I accept both of them.
Okay.
They said as well, I still have a little bit of an issue with the they, because for me, it's difficult to visualize. And since she's a foreign person, it is a name that actually in her original language does not exist. They. So it's kind of a little bit of a difficult situation. And she's trying to get, at the same time, we discussed something very interesting. You know that the first passport with gender X was emitted in the United States about a month ago. So you can be M for male, F for female, or X, meaning non-conforming, you don't know where you are, or you identify as both.
Can I add something real quick for people?
Go ahead.
The reason that they go with they or them is because it's like plural. If there's a couple people, you say them or they. Well, when they're in that phase, they identify sometimes as male, sometimes as female. Therefore, they and them is plural because they see themselves in a plural way. So that's why, you know, a lot of people say, well, what is that they and them? What does that mean? What does all that represent? Well, that's why I just want to explain that it's because they're like, you know, two spirits or whatever, or however they see themselves. So that's why they do that.
Sure.
That's all.
No, okay. We have to be a little bit careful because, you know, it's, well, you're absolutely correct. Only absolutely correct. But, you know, it is always difficult to see, you know, when they are they. So that's why one always should ask for the pronouns. What kind of pronouns do you want? But my story, what I want to tell about my story is that, you know, life changes. Life is a journey. Where you are now is not probably where you're going to be in 5 years. Some of us have arrived. I mean, I believe that I will be in 5 years still like today, because I arrived for my nirvana. I arrived I believe I arrived at the point that I am very happy with myself. But, you know, it's not everybody like that. So taking that into consideration, I just ask everybody, you know, embrace your friends, embrace our transgender community, and let them be the way they want to be. You know, probably it changes. I don't know if this very good friend of mine will probably one day change to something else, or, you know, go back to being a lesbian. Everything is acceptable. I mean, we expect people to be open to us, so we should be open to everybody else too. Just give back. So this was my little story. I thought it was an interesting story because it's a real story, by the way. It's a real story, and it's not the only one. There are thousands and thousands and thousands like that. And we are all in a journey, and things change. It's the way it goes.
Yeah, you can get an education if you read all the posts, the people that answer things or write opinions on trans gurus. It's very, very educational in the sense that, you know, people say what's on their mind different than if, let's say, we're face to face and you might, but when they're on Facebook, they can rattle off the way they really feel. And it's amazing the way a lot of people actually feel. And you hear a lot of acceptance, a lot of, well, we block the people that are not trans that are trying to run their mouths. But I put one up today from a woman who has a trans daughter. And she said, is it okay for me to be on this page because I'm not trans? And I said, of course, yes. We have so many allies to the trans community that are on Trans Gurus. What are we, about 30,000 now? But what I'm saying is a lot of the people, and they write in, and a lot of times they ask questions. Sometimes they give their opinion from a cis person looking at a trans person, and other times trans people give their opinions. But you have to understand, you might have 4 trans people with 4 different opinions, and we always welcome. You know, we don't ever block. I mean, if a trans person, I look at their, or Ella looks at their page, and if they're a trans person, you know, we don't block them. We allow them to say what they want to say.
Yeah.
If they're not trans and they say something negative, well, I get them, or we get them out of there. But my point is that it can really, for somebody that is in the process of transitioning, somebody who's thinking about transitioning, somebody maybe that is perhaps a cross-dresser and they or them and haven't figured out, a lot of times there's a lot of posts that might relate to where you're at. And we had 440 on one the other day that people wrote in, 440 on one post. But what I'm saying is, you can find a post that's something that maybe you vibrate with or whatever, and then go on that post and look at it, and you may get some answers. And you can also ask some questions and you may get some answers. It can be an extremely interesting, educational, and you've heard me in the videos a million times. I keep telling Ella that if she just made copies of all these, she could write another book and categorize them in chapters of, you know, where people are saying. But I mean, you hear so many different points of views that, you know, I've become educated off a lot of the stuff that I don't even understand. And sometimes people say things, I have to read it 4 or 5 times to try to understand it. You know, I mean, younger generation, things are changing, and that's a good thing. And yes, we all need to catch up. And, you know, us old fuddy duds that, you know, I mean, I'm not saying I'm old, I'm just saying I'm not 20. But so when they write things in sometimes, you know, and there is new slangs and there's new words and there's new things. I don't know, it's interesting. That's all I'm saying. Enough about that.
Bonnie, you're not 20. You lied to me then.
Well, I'm 20 plus
Plus
another 20. Maybe
I
a
think
few
we
more.
all are 20 plus. The problem lies in the plus, not in the 20. Anyway, no, it's really nice that I just want to underline something about what Bonnie said. We do have many followers. Thank God. Thank you for following us. We try to do the best we can. We usually have followers which are, you know, transgender people, allies, LGBT people. Some of them are critical, some of them are less critical. But what we don't really like very much is that sometimes, for unknown reason, there is one post which falls in the wrong hands. And usually they are extreme, you know, evangelicals or all kinds of extreme people which hate transgender people, and they make us very, very bad comments, and we have to protect ourselves from them. It is part of being in Facebook and open. I suppose that sometimes we've got things like that, but we try to get out of them. And I don't know why it is those famous Facebook connections.
Well, what it is sometimes a trans person comments, but people that they're friends with can read those comments, and then they step in and put their 2 cents in. And you know what the biggest one has been lately is go what is that? It's that go something, go, not go Biden, but go Timmy, or go some, I don't know. It's some kind of new slang that I guess it's an abbreviation for something else, but we've been getting a lot of those. And I don't know whether to block those people or just put care, or, you know, where their heads are at. Because, you know, I don't totally know whether they mean that in a disrespectful way or not.
I wonder what it means.
I don't know.
Well, when they had football games and people were saying F Biden, the announcer on TV said that they were saying hello Byron or something like that. So now people, whatever, I don't know, I could look at it and find it in 2 seconds, but I don't want to waste time. But there's a saying that's out there now, hello something, and everybody's using it. And it's supposed to be the in thing, but I don't know. Anyway, I just sharing.
Yeah, sometimes right now there is a very good way of telling things without telling them. It's kind of undercover. I don't know.
Well, that's what I can remember. It's like on the tip of my tongue. But what I'm saying is, somebody probably listening will write it into us. But what I'm saying is, I'm getting a lot of those. I mean, it's not like a few. I mean, and I don't know how to process them yet, whether it's meant, because they don't say anything else. They just say go, whatever the hell it is.
Well, we need to find out what that means, because
I told you what it means.
No, well then there's no answer. There's nothing to question it then. If you know what it means, then if it is it good or bad?
It means F Biden.
Well then,
but instead of saying F Biden, they're saying hello someone. I can't believe someone isn't writing it.
That's political. I don't know if we want that, but anyway.
Well, but it's not political in this. Now, if somebody makes political things, we don't tolerate politics on Trans Gurus. But if somebody just says that, nothing else, to block those people when, you know, I mean, it's everybody, you know, I don't know. Listen, if they said, we need to support Trump so we can destroy all the transgender people, I'm going to block them so friggin' quick. I don't have to even look at their Facebook page, because if they're transgender or not, we don't need that kind of rudeness. But if somebody puts something that's questionable, you know, when you got to remember, you get 440 on one thing. Do I block all of them?
Yeah.
Do I block 3/4 of them? Do I just block the ones that I can say, no, this does not go along with our game plan? And some of them, when I don't know, I just put care, like, but if they make a negative somewhere else, and if they're a hater, they get blocked, and then all their other posts disappear. So that happens too.
It's just interesting to kind of, like, you know, when you look at something and you read between the lines, because you wonder if these people, it could be both sides of it. It could be that they're like, go, whatever that phrase is, meaning go Biden.
It means basically at some of the sporting events, fans were yelling F Biden, but the word, not the abbreviation. And the sports announcer, you could hear it in the background. And he said, they're saying go someone. It's not Biden. Go Marlon.
Okay, Bonnie, I've got some things from our watchers, and I think it's very interesting. Emma from the UK, so which is UK. UK is really pretty. It's 11:30 in the evening now.
She's staying up
Emma
late
from the UK, which is watching us. I had my first video consultation with the gender clinic on Tuesday after self-medication for 3 years. While I waited, so hopefully I can get all the medical support now. I love seeing your little posts each day. Thank you very much for following us. And I mean, all the best for you. It is very important not only to get the medication, but don't forget, test your blood, see what your hormone levels are, see where you are at all the time, because too little doesn't make anything, and too high, it's a little bit of a problem. I don't know what medication you're on. If you need some kind of advice or some kind of help, we can send you to some videos which are very good. So I don't know. I don't know how you do the transgender medication in the UK. I suppose it's more or less similar to the US. That means you've got estrogen, so in form of estradiol, and you've got a blocker somehow. I don't know which kind of blockers you use here. Here we use Spiro, which is the most common, but Spiro is not very good. So there are alternatives coming up in the market.
Yes, you can use bioidentical progesterone suppositories, and you don't need blockers. Just throw that in. That's from Dr. Powers.
Yeah. So Dr. Powers here in the United States has got quite a lot of videos, and they are really very good. We've published them from time to time, but you look at Dr. Powers. These videos are really very, very, very interesting.
And he talks about trans men and trans women. And he talks about how trans men can make their hair grow faster and quicker and thicker. And he talks about trans women, about their breast development and what hormones they need. And I mean, really, I think that if somebody wants to be classified in transitioning, that should be 101 class they have to take. I mean, so it's really
the block I use is cyproterone. I'm afraid I don't know that medicine. It's an English medicine. We probably do not have the same one here in the United States. I never heard of it, but I don't know. It's here we use, most people use Spiro. Spiro is actually spironolactone. Is a medicine for blood pressure, and it has some side effects because your sex drive will go down like hell, and you have other issues when you take Spiro. So
Jimmy is watching us. I don't know if you saw
hi,
her
Jimmy. You
picture.
should be on this side. Come on, girl.
She was in the Marine Corps, and one of the badass ones. And we put up a picture of her and her battalion or platoon or whatever they're called, if I said it wrong, from back in her butch days.
Yes, I'm afraid our two military people, ex-military people, are not here today. On veterans.
Probably maybe because they're out doing things that military people do on military holidays, whatever that might be.
Exactly.
So Romy is telling she used Zoladex. I'm afraid I don't know Zoladex either. It's another product. Unfortunately, these products are not global products. Sometimes, even if they are global, they've got different names in different countries. So it's a little bit confusing, We know the American usual products, but not all over the world. So, okay. Bonnie, Raj, do you have anything to add?
No, not really.
Okay. In that case, I think that we're going to call it a day slowly. Bonnie, do you want your last words?
Last words, huh? Wow. Just thinking it really.
Not in that context.
Last words are run. I hope Raji feels better. I hope Jimmy and Morgan are enjoying their day. They put their time in. Morgan was a major. I don't know what Jimmy's rank was, but I think Jimmy was like, you know, like not a Green Beret, but one of those type of whatever it was in his armed forces, but on that level, you know, so Jimmy was, you know, like a badass. But anyway, just everybody, you know, be happy. Transitions have highs and lows, but you know, life has highs and lows, and it's all about perspective. And when the day, the universe, whatever, it throws you things throughout the course of the day, you have a choice to perceive things in a positive way, a negative way, a frustrating way, or an objective way, whatever it might be. Either way, the clock keeps ticking, whether you're mad, you're glad, you're sad, you're happy, whatever. So why not choose to be in a good place? And listen, sometimes life sucks, but that doesn't mean you have to be in a real bad place. You can just be, wow, things really suck, but you know what? I'm gonna have a good time today, you know? I mean, regardless. I mean, if you sit there and you're depressed and you cry all day, or you sit there and you go in the kitchen and you bake, or you sit there and you do something, or you go to the park, or you go for a walk, either way, the clock is still ticking. So why not take it in stride in a positive way, as opposed to letting it overwhelm you? And I understand that transitioning can be very hard and trying, and especially if you're married and you have kids, or family doesn't accept you, or all these things. But you know what? It's all just kind of noise, and don't take it the wrong way. But time passes, and when time passes, pieces fall into place. And sometimes we want it today, but we don't get it today. We get it down the road. But if you're stay in a good place and you're okay with, even though you're maneuvering through all this turmoil, you can still be in a good place. That's all I'm saying. Y'all have a great night. I'm sorry if I went on and rambled too much.
No, you
It's all
did,
right.
and now you have me wanting to say something, Bonnie. I think
Yeah.
that's wonderful, because I belong to a spiritual center, and this past Sunday, it's not religious, it's spiritual. The minister, or our spiritual leader, said, if a glass is half, well, if a glass is, he showed a glass and there was water in it, and he asked people, is it half empty or half full? Some people said half empty, some people said half full. And he basically said, both are right. Both answers are right. It's all how you perceive it. And so, and I think you said that beautifully, Bonnie. It's like, how you perceive your life, and whether you're looking at it from a positive perspective or a negative perspective. So I love that. Thank you for closing with that. And I just also want to say that, I salute, I know I didn't do it right, but anyway, our
veterans.
our transgender military. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it when I started to hear like the amount of trans people that served in the military. And it's just, it's phenomenal, because I can't imagine it was, it was easy for them. I'm sure it was very difficult. So I salute you all. Thank you.
On that word, I have to say that some years ago I was invited for a panel, transgender panel for psychiatrists and psychological people, which I've been invited very often. And that day there was about 2 people from the military, and they were in military clothes. And one of them was from Guam. And he came all the way from Guam to Fort Lauderdale for this training, for a transgender special training. And I asked, wow, it's incredible, because I didn't know that military had psychiatrists which were specializing for transgender people. And you know what he told me? If you think there's 1% of transgender people outside of the military, in the military there's 2%. It's considerably bigger than anywhere else, because You have many people which go to the military to, you know, let's put it this way, some men which they know that they are transgender, so becoming transgender women, which go to the military because they want to show their masculinity, and, you know, and then it doesn't work. And on the other side, you've got as well some transgender, you know, women which become transgender men afterwards, which wants to become, you know, to go to an environment which is very manly. So you have both of them. And that's why there's such a lot of transgender people in the military. And many of them, they were veterans. I mean, I know so many veterans which are transgender. It's amazing. It's really amazing.
You
Wow.
salute with your right hand or your left hand?
Hmm?
When
You
you
did like
salute,
this?
yeah, I don't know. I was going to salute, but I didn't know whether it was the right hand or left hand. I want to insult
So with the
somebody.
right hand.
Yes.
Right hand?
Yeah.
Well, if you're right-handed, I guess, right?
I don't
Choose the
know.
right hand.
Jimmy was showing Kristen one time how to salute, and that's why I knew you're supposed to put your hand up and then go. Somehow you move your arm out. I don't know. I was just trying to imitate what I saw. I don't know, but I didn't want to do it with the wrong arm, and you know, like pledge allegiance is anyway.
And
I don't.
I love our worldwide audience. Thank you all for tuning in, and
Okay.
I wish you all love, happiness, peace, good health, prosperity, and many wonderful blessings all the way across the pond to New Zealand to everywhere.
It's a
Australia.
very, it's a very big pond.
North Dakota.
Anyway, good night, everybody. Thank you for watching Transgurus. We'll see you next week again. And thank you. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye. Okay. We're not live anymore. So